So, Gummy Beats is definitely a good beat maker. Have a good day, guys. If you got some extra gummies, let me know. Alright, so I just made a comment to the library, and if you have some extra gummies, let me know. And let me just backtrack and explain exactly why that's the case. So, with the targeted individual and what a person goes through is, you'll have public harassment, where there'll be some people in on these operations, signed to secrecy. And there will be coincidences that just drive you berserk. So, I just got done working on a song. The beat maker is Gummy Beats, okay? And over when you work on a song, if you haven't paid for a lease, you constantly keep hearing the beat maker's name. So it might be, for this example, Gummy Beats. And so I'm just hearing that over and over in my headphones recently, working outside on the speakers when the song got finished. And so obviously, just now, as I finished that song and sent it, the song has Gummy all over it. The song has Gummy Beats being repeated all over it, okay? Now, as I was in there, these folks make sure to have a conversation extra loud. Some of them that worked there, and I think some that came in to interact. And they wanted to make sure I kept hearing Gummy. So they kept repeating something about gummies. Oh, I got them happy gummies. Oh. And then, oh, where'd you get them? Target. So you see targeted individual, targets, obviously a trigger word. And in my life, this moment, Gummy was relevant to me, right? So with the NSA spying and with all these laws passed that Snowden revealed what they do, and they're doing it, surveilling and spying, for a targeted individual, they're actually going to use that information. And they're going to try to bug you out. They're going to try to trigger you. They're basically going to try to make you feel uncomfortable. Because you've been selected. And the reason you've been selected is also going to be kind of a subject. Because there's going to be justified reasons that they justify to themselves for the cover. And then there's going to be the real reason you're targeted, which is you're socially active and aware to some degree of the level of corruption that's going on in the government. So you got those two options. So I wanted to do this video. I wanted to record a little bit in the library, just like, bam, it just happened to me. I'm going to record it. You guys tell me if I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? But you can't tell me that, because I lived a life before this harassment and I lived a life after this harassment. So it's night and day. Before I was under a microscope, before I had countless coincidences, which these coincidences are the harassment that I'm speaking of, that I put on Facebook and, you know, these rants that I go on. And I'm not mad at y'all people. I'm just a little bit upset sometimes that I don't have the engagement interaction as a true patriot of a Constitution should. And if y'all don't start standing up for those who are standing for you, I don't know what you're going to be left with. So as we enter this Trump era, I say we become more and more engaged, more and more informed, more and more constitutionally aware, more and more defendant of our rights and liberties, and we stand up for this little snake shit tidbits. You know what I'm saying? Record it, get them live on it. You know what I'm saying? Shut them down. Have no fear of these people, because they're unconstitutional, they're un-American, and they're far from what a progressive society looks like. Because if people in society have problems with you, like a man should approach you and talk to you and say, hey, we're part of some organization that helps keep a watch, and this is why we were worried. Okay, now we're talking about maybe a progressive society. What we're talking about right now is just stifling dissent of any kind or any narrative that doesn't fit the mainstream corrupt corporate one. So I hope I wrapped that all up. So this is my second video about being targeted. I'm not trying to get attention for it. I'm trying to get attention about it, about the subject. So other people will feel more encouraged to come out and just speak their truth and be less fearful because they'll understand what exactly is going on. I mean, can you imagine, you know, stumbling into some waters and, you know, being a little active socially, and then all of a sudden your life changes and you're not really sure why? This has driven some people to suicide, I have no doubt. This has driven some people to shoot, I have no doubt. So I'm not doing this just for me. And I'm doing this for the people that may be subject to it in the future, because I don't want a gray state. I don't want a police state. So check this out. The guy that was working on the Gray State movie, which is basically, it was going to be a theatric movie that was released in theaters to explain, not to explain, but it was a narrative showing what a society or police state could look like, what our society could look like if we kept going down that non-constitutional path. And interestingly enough, this guy ended up killing himself and his family, if you'll believe that. But folks, dig a little bit deeper, have your heart, you know, open, and start seeing what's going on out here. Rest in peace to Prodigy, rest in peace to all these soldiers out here. You know what it is, Liberator, too true for life. Got nothing but love for you.